What's up, guys? We got a great episode for you in the MarbleCast today. We got Coach Heather Mentone and Ryan Walsh on the show discussing their first senior nationals event and how it went, and we're going to dive into it all. We hope you enjoy this episode. It's been really fun chatting with them, so let's check it out. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the MarbleCast, where we talk about everything related to strength, fitness, and health so that you can live a longer, stronger life. I'm your host, Joe Cosenza, owner of Marble Strength in Freehold, New Jersey, and with over a decade of experience in the fitness industry, I've been helping transform the lives of many with the hope to keep going for many more. All right, what's up, guys? How you been? How's vacation going?
It's nice.
Doing
it's a nice
good.
break.
Yeah. All right. What have you guys been up to since nationals?
A whole lot of floating and sun tanning and relaxing. Kind of relaxing, but
Some beers.
What weightlifters do on their time off when they're not in the gym? Relax.
it comes very rare. So
The road to recovery, for sure. All right, guys, let's dive right into it. Well, how was your first nationals experience? Ryan, you can start.
Oh, it was a rough one. I was going in there with high expectations. Whenever I go into a meet, I expect to go 6 for 6. I expect to PR, but this was definitely humbling. So that session really was mentally grueling, and with all the tech stops and the misses, and it really made it hard to stay into the session. So for me, it wasn't a great experience, but just happy to, put things in perspective. I totaled at my first national meet and we move on.
Yeah, so let's put perspective for everybody listening and anybody who didn't watch Ryan's session. Ryan might have had one of the worst sessions you could have as a weightlifter. First, it took way too long for you to get to your first attempt because everybody was missing. And if you don't know anything about weightlifting, this is how weightlifting works. It's a rising bar. So whatever attempt is, the less weight, or it goes up in weight. So as the weight increases on the bar, that's when the attempt comes. So if you have Ryan opened at 120 and the bar started at 113, from 113 to Ryan's opener at 120 was probably a good 25 minutes. And there was maybe 5 athletes before you.
Yep.
Which was really terrible to try and time, because I'm sure you're thinking, all right, 113 to 120, that's not going to be so bad. And then it turns out to be absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
But that first one's not bad. Getting through the first one's not bad, right? You got out there, you did your thing. You were looking really good. 120 looked really good. Did you decide, or did you and Bryant decide to go to 124 right away? Or was it like seeing where the flow was going? Or was that just always the option?
So the plan always is, we always have our numbers when we start a meet out. We have what we want to do, and then if I smack the opener and it looks good, we're gonna just stick to that plan. So it was already planned out. We're gonna do 120, 124, and then go for a PR at 127.
Okay. I operate a little differently. I like to put in my numbers lower and then see where the hell everything is going. And if it's taking too long, then I decide what my attempts are going to be, because it's always different.
So I initially declared 115,
Yeah.
and then we kind of just like saw how the field played out. But the goal is, based on how I was looking in the back room, was to open at 120.
Yeah, your 120 would look fucking like lights out, right? It was great. It was solid.
Yeah.
And then that's when the shitstorm kind of hit.
Well, I think I took 110 like 8 times in the back, like just trying to stay warm in between the 2 attempts.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I would have did. Between Ryan's first and second attempt was 20 more minutes. So he was easily lifting for almost an hour by the time we got to the second attempt.
Mhm.
Yep.
And, for Ryan, that's not so bad because he typically lifts for 3.5 hours anyway. So really, it was just another day for him. But, I mean, for normal people, that's a lot of work. But, man, what was it like walking out on that second attempt 27 minutes later?
So going into this session, like my snatch wasn't feeling great. I was kind of not really confident in it. And so up until like my third to last warm up, I like really wasn't feeling good. That was before the opener, and I kind of got into this mindset like I'm just gonna be an animal out there. I'm gonna pull it as hard as I can and forget thinking about technique. I'm just gonna try and just go with the muscle memory and smoke it. And I was in that mindset. We were just starting to build and start to flow, and then we go out to the second attempt. It's like, wait, how do I get back into that state? So when I grabbed that bar that second time, I was like, I saw my heartbeat in my eyes. I was like, what's going on right now? Like, I just got to get out here and try and pull this as hard as I can. And it didn't feel the same.
Yeah, you lose that edge after that first attempt, and it's like, I've waited too long. It's gone. The magic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the rough part, man. You definitely had a rough session. Before we continue more into that, Heather, how was your session? It was completely different than Ryan's.
I mean, it was smooth, but the funny thing is, going into nationals, like I felt great, and then it was a total opposite for Ryan. Ryan's like, I feel like shit, like yada yada, and then we're talking to like his friends, our friends, like, how did you feel your first nationals? Like, they're like, you're supposed to feel like shit. I'm like, well, I feel great, so I don't know about you. I feel good. So I actually felt really good going into it, and then of course that stomach issue I had, did not do good for me. It made me drop 6 pounds in 2 days. I was not holding in food, so I just didn't have like the strength I was supposed to have. But I thought the session moved nicely. But kind of like you were saying, if everyone's hitting the same numbers, like I think at one point my third clean and jerk, you're like, all right, we can either hit 100 and be 4 or 5 out, or if you go 101, you're 12 out. So at that point, like I didn't have the strength or the energy to go in the back and hit more to keep myself warm. So I'm like, all right, just stick to 100. But I think it was a lot smoother than Ryan's session for sure.
Yeah, and we did not factor in travel sickness to the program. So like we were looking pretty sharp leading up to
I felt good.
nationals. And then I get this phone call or the text message Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Yeah, I almost had to go to the hospital. It's not good. I'm like, oh, cool. Should I even bother coming at this point? I'm about to travel across the country for you right now. Tell me whether or not I need to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happier I still hit like the intended snatch opener. That was cool. But even like you said, like me snatching 75 in the back, you're like, use your legs. I'm like, I'm trying to use my legs. I don't have legs to use right now. So I'm happy we still were able to open up the snatch as intended. Luckily, like you said, we put in a lower like declare number in the beginning because that's what we actually went with. So we did not open up as heavy as we wanted to for clean and jerks, but luckily the number was lower and I got by with that.
Yeah. I mean, I turned around, like you were looking real sharp up to about 65. And then I'm counting up the numbers. I'm like, okay, we're still looking good. Ryan loads that weight up on 72 or 74, whatever you hit next. And I turn around and I watch you lift it and I went, oh, fuck, this isn't going to be good. But I didn't say that to you at the time. And I'm like, all right, cool. Just, do this a little bit better. I turned around and I must have went, and then you get 78 on the bar and almost bail on it. And I'm like, all right, good save. That's good. I turn around and I'm like, oh God, no, why is this happening? So I had no idea what was going to happen on the platform. I'm just like, it's 80 now, so we're doing it. Yeah. This is happening.
There's no going down now.
Whether you like it or not, we're going 80. So thank God you hit that one.
I just remember because I opened up lighter on the clean and jerk, that made me like one of the first ones to go. So like right after I missed my third snatch, you're like, all right, we got to get up to 9. Are you like, I think it was 90. We have to work up to 90 before the session starts. And it was like 10 minutes on the clock. I'm like, okay, let's go.
So that's good because that's exactly how we train anyway. It's like, all right, good. Let's just get up to that number. And then, all right, we'll call it a day if we need to add more. So it was actually worked out.
Yeah, I don't know if even like I felt so out of breath too. I don't know if it was like the altitude or actually my stomach, but because usually I'm used to lifting very fast. Like I don't take too much time in between. I don't sit sometimes. But I was like, I'm out of breath. Like you got to give me a minute. Actually,
was it bad with the air being different?
I didn't think about it at the time. I just thought like because I wasn't feeling well, like maybe that's why I'm out of breath. But now that I'm actually thinking about it, maybe that was the reasoning of it, but I didn't notice it like any other times really.
Did you notice it, Ryan?
Yeah, you know what? I felt more not being able to breathe, but just lethargy. I felt like very tired, Like when I closed my eyes were like burning. And then like in between attempts, I definitely felt like my heart was taking a little longer to like come down, my heart rate. So I actually took my inhaler in the back room, which usually is only for allergies, like to cats. But I took it in the back room because I'm like, I can't breathe right now.
Oh, Jesus. So Colorado was really fun.
Great time.
I mean, all considering, like, I think all considering Ryan got a total, I got a total. So, bigger picture, like, it could always be worse.
Yeah, through some adversity.
I think, Ryan, you placed higher than Heather, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
13?
All right, he had
Something
less
like
in
that.
his weight class. He had 2 sessions. We had 3 sessions.
Hey,
13's 13.
performance is performance.
That's it. All right, so leading into that snatch, the third attempt I think was much quicker coming back to it for Ryan.
Yeah.
Third one coming around, but I think like you just ran out of gas. Like there was just the anxiety and the like adrenaline you needed after the first attempt is just like it slowly dissipates as the competition goes on, and then the longer you have to wait, oh god, miserable.
Oh, actually, on the third attempt, I actually felt the best. The bar felt the lightest, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm coming around right now. Norik, when we were at his gym, gave me this like tip on how to not like float the bar. He like kind of told me right as my arms start to bend, pull up, just like punch as hard as you can, and that's what I tried to do. But that I think ended up making me bail backwards because I guess the rhythm is really what I was out of. At that point, I was not too tired. I was just kind of like out of rhythm.
Yeah. You're trying to do something that you don't normally do on a max attempt is probably not going to go well.
Right. Exactly.
Thanks, Norik.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself next time. Jerk. But if you're going to take advice from anybody, I mean, I would take advice from him for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
For anybody who doesn't know who Norik is, Norik Vardanian is the son of one of the greatest weightlifters ever to live on this planet. So if you're going to take advice from anybody, definitely take it from him. He's probably been lifting since before he was in diapers, right out the womb. Here's a barbell. Great. And then just what was going on in your head leading into the clean and jerks?
At that point, like the session was starting to drag on, and I'm like, once I hit the opener, again, we had a 25-minute break between opener. So I went in with a positive mental attitude, like, hey, snatches are over. We got something on the board, but it's time to like, we have the opportunity to put up something big in the clean and jerk. So I was focused on doing that. I smoked my opener, but that gap of time between the first one, the 25 minutes between the first attempt and the second attempt, once we got to the second attempt, I'm like, all right, let's just be done. I'm tired. I want to get out of here.
Yeah, that's a lot. I would have just quit after the first attempt. Like, listen, how much longer I gotta wait? How much blood could be on the bar? Leave it there. I don't care anymore. Yeah. Just leave the blood on the bar. I don't want to stop the clock. Put me up.
I'll get tested afterwards.
I think between the tech stops, the blood on the bar, everybody was just missing horrible. It was just you had it bad. Like there's no training for that particular scenario. I mean, you could if you really wanted to be really annoying to your athletes. Just like every time you snatch, stop for 15 minutes and then snatch again.
But don't talk the entire time.
Don't talk what?
I said don't talk to anybody and stay focused the entire time.
Yeah, just keep your adrenaline up, stay focused. Don't joke around. Be very serious.
Yeah.
And just stop doing things for 12 minutes in between each. Take 12 minutes rest in between each set. What did you do in between your first attempt clean and jerk and your second clean and jerk? Did you hit anything else?
Yeah. So to save the legs, because he knew I was tired, he just had me do it. Brian had me doing just 115 for a power clean plus a split jerk. And I was just trying to make it as snappy and as explosive as I possibly could. And they're actually feeling great. But, then 150 comes on the bar, and that's quite a significant difference.
Did you go 115 to 150?
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking hard. No wonder it felt a little off.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
wow, this bar suddenly feels really heavy.
Yeah,
I mean,
but at the same time, he was trying to save my legs, which I totally get because by the end of a meet, I'm depleted. So he was trying to save it, make sure that I had enough energy and could empty the tank on the third one if I needed to, but had enough energy for the second one. So it didn't really feel too awkward. It was just more like I'm kind of mentally out of it at this point. So I don't have that like aggressive, like, you know, smelling blood mentality.
yeah, it's hard because you're the first group to go, and whether you make this clean and jerk or not is not really a deciding factor on anything. I mean, it might have been a PR for you, so that's like kind of like the
That was
thing that might.
motivation.
That's the only thing motivating you at this point. But your legs are so gone, and you've been waiting for so long. It's like, do I really need this PR right now? Maybe. But yeah, it's a big jump. Nice 35-kilo jump. I make big jumps. I don't know if I made that big a jump.
It honestly felt light. If I didn't I don't know. I think I just shot my butt up on the clean, and if it didn't crash on me, I think I probably would have had it.
Yeah, it's a big jump, but
yeah,
it happens, man. Definitely, you never know what you're gonna get with these competitions, and it's always like a free for all. So you just got the short end of the stick on this one.
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
Hopefully that means good things for AO.
Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't help. That's so different from like local meets. Like if you do a local meet and like you're decently strong, like strong enough to make a national meet, like you're probably either following yourself or there's just two people with you. Versus bigger meets, now you're all in the same category of like where you're lifting. You're not lifting decently on the same weights. Now you don't know what can happen, and you don't know how much time in between. Whereas at like local meets, it's either just yourself or one or two people like with you. So like now you have 10 people with you.
Yeah, you have 10 people in your session that hit the exact same total that you hit and are going to open up at the exact same numbers that you're going to open at. So let's take 10 minutes to go through 118 to 120. Cool. Then let's take another 10 to 15 minutes to go through 122 to 124. And then we'll take another 15 minutes to get to whoever else is going to lift. And that's part of the fun. Like that's what weightlifting is. It's like, how long can you stay in the game? Sometimes it's what it comes down to. And that comes down more to experience and kind of getting lucky with the session. Like sometimes I think you just had a lot of bad luck, Ryan. Heather, you had a little bit more luck with the session, but not so much luck with the travel.
Not with myself.
Note to self, bring your own coffee pot. Or just go buy one at the gas station and fuck it. So, for those of you who aren't aware, Heather had some issues, and we think we narrowed it down to the Keurig water reservoir being completely brown. And that was when I got there, I found it. So I have to imagine that had something to do with it. But I don't know because you and Ryan basically ate the same things.
We eat the same thing, but it's funny. So the first night after I used the Keurig to make like my Beam sleep drink, that's the night I woke up with very bad stomach pains. So I had Ryan go get me like peppermint tea from the store, and all day the next day I'm using the Keurig to make peppermint tea. So now I'm just continually using the Keurig way more than Ryan is. So I think that's what did me in.
Yeah, definitely buy some coffee from the hipster coffee shop next time for sure. That was cool spots out there. I did enjoy that.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. But definitely stay away from
one of my favorite parts about the trip was one of the Lime scooters, though. That was one of the best parts about the trip.
Yeah, the scooters were definitely cool.
Forget the actual weightlifting.
The weightlifting was like the worst part of it. It's like, God, we have to weightlift. I just want to hang out and drink beer and ride on my scooter.
Oh, cool! But we get the scooter home. Let's go! Come on, scooter gang.
That was
rolling up
cool.
with our New Balances and our Lime scooters.
Newbie limes. That's how it goes. One of the things I did not enjoy, and I didn't have to deal with it as much as you guys did, but the training hall being in pounds really confused me, and I did not like that. I understand why they did it. It was a lot easier, but I still did not enjoy that. So I hope that next time they can fix that. You don't understand why they did it? But they saved money by not bringing equipment.
Your USA Weightlifting, this is your pinnacle event, and it's sponsored by a company that produces plates. Find a way. Get it there.
I agree with that, but I mean, at the same time, I understand that they didn't want to spend all the money. They had a full gym, just lifting pounds, guys. Don't. It's not confusing. It was a little confusing, and I lift in pounds all the time. It was very confusing for me to do it with Heather. I don't know why. For some reason, if you make the plates colored and put pounds on it, it confuses me. I don't like it. But I don't know. I think that's part of the fun with nationals is they like to throw a curveball at you guys the week before.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see how they react. In CrossFit, they'll just make up a workout, but in weightlifting, we'll just rearrange things and make it awkward.
Yeah.
So that's fun. So we got through the event, your first nationals. What are you planning on working on for the next event for AO finals?
Me or Heather?
I know what Heather's going to work on. We'll get to her in a second. Let's lead off with Ryan.
So for me,
just for context for everybody, Ryan works out at our gym, but he is coached by Bryant from Griffin Strength. So we allow him to do that because, he's friends with Heather. So like, it's fine. But no, we appreciate Ryan coming out to our gym. It's a lot of fun. I like to bully him a little bit, but I think
we're going to change that to cycle.
All right, let's go, man. So what is something you're looking forward to training for AO finals?
So for me, and Bryant and I talked about this, I always feel the best when we're hammering just like pull strength and squat strength. And there comes a point during the cycle where I'm like, okay, I feel really good right now and I'm like super strong. So we're going to get back to that going into AO finals. Hopefully get that squat back up because I've kind of stalled a little bit in that, and just continue progressing in the pull so that, when we get on these stages, it's not like, okay, I'm reaching to get 150. It's like, okay, well, 150 could be an open weight. So definitely looking to increase my numbers in the squat, the pull, and then definitely want to keep focusing on technique in the snatch just to make sure that I can, I get to the point where, I should be in the snatch. I feel like I have a lot more in me, but my technique right now is not really letting me get there. And then the clean and jerk just start putting up bigger numbers. My clean is big, my jerk is big, but we haven't put it together yet. So that's what I'm focusing on going into AO.
Yeah, I'd like to see you just open at 150.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Rip that Band-Aid off, man.
Yep. We're shooting for a 290 total at AO.
All right, let's go, man. 130, 160? Or 130, 140, 150?
With the way things go, yeah, that sounds about more reasonable.
That'd be funny. Just finish snatching at 140. I'm going to open up my clean and jerks at 135, please.
Hey, if the Chinese super, I forget his name, but that guy snatches like 190 and he clean and jerks like 210. So if he could do it, I could do it.
I don't know. It becomes different when you get into the 200s.
Yeah.
Like Pat Mendes snatches 200 and then clean and jerks 200. It's like, it's just a different thing. But yeah. Heather, what are you looking forward to for your next 21 weeks of beatdowns?
I don't know. I guess I'm looking forward to having a different approach, I guess. I know you and Mark were saying that like technique's not the problem, it's strength that's the problem, which is quite obvious. The fact that, not too long ago, my clean was 100 and my front squat was 102. So technique's definitely not the problem. It's definitely more strength. So I know you're saying more of like a strength cycle and kind of laying back on the Olympic lifting a little bit.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna squat. We're gonna squat a lot and do squat. He wants to do some squats to the benches too. So for speed. And then another fun thing that we're gonna add is weighted box jumps.
Ooh.
Oh god, I'm gonna lose a shin.
Well, we have the cushion boxes, but he's funny. He goes, when I was doing weighted box jumps, he goes, I would do sets of 6 to a 32-inch box with 70-pound dumbbells in each hand.
Oh my god.
I said, well, we'll start with body weight.
We'll start with a little 5 pounds in each hand.
I did some jumps with 10 pounds in each hand on a 20-inch box. That was pretty good. I used to jump over hurdles with 20-pound dumbbells in each hand. And then I broke the hurdle, and then we didn't do that anymore.
Yeah, Get your toys
So.
taken away.
Yeah, he's like, all right, maybe we don't do these anymore. I was like, yeah, well, you made me jump. So he would make me jump over 3 hurdles with 20-pound dumbbells or 25-pound dumbbells. I made the first 2. It was that third one that was like, I didn't mean to kick it and break it. So we didn't do those anymore. But we also used to do jumps with a PVC pipe in the hip onto a platform or onto something. So that was cool. Sometimes I forget about the stuff I used to do. So Mark tends to remind me of things that we used to do, and now I should probably make you guys do them as well. I just forget because I just go back to like, I'm just gonna squat, snatch, and jerk, and whatever Ryan hit, just add 2 more kilos. I'll hit that. But yeah. All right, cool. So we're gonna make you guys really strong. I'm gonna try and push Ryan to hit that 290, and he'll push me to hit that 290. We'll see who gets there first. He can have it. I don't really care. I'm old. If I hit 290, I win. If you hit 290, you still come in 10th place.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even make A session.
But yeah. All right, cool guys. I want you to get back to your vacation and enjoy yourselves. What do you got planned for the rest of the day?
Whole
I think just
lot of
hanging out.
nothing. Floating.
Go out on the boat.
Awesome. I got to go get chairs for Gina so that she can have her party on Saturday. So
Nice.
I'm gonna go drive to Cube Smart and pick up some chairs, throw them in her trunk.
All right. Well, we're
All right,
you guys
enjoy your vacation, and thank you for being on the MarbleCast. It was wonderful having you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, we'll see you guys next week back at the show. For you guys who are listening, thank you for listening. Age is inevitable, weakness is not, so get out there and lift some shit. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Thanks for listening to today's MarbleCast. We hope you enjoyed that episode. Check out all the links below. We have a lot of great stuff going on. You can follow us on all social media. And if you have any questions, email us at marbleweightlifting@gmail.com or just check out our website, marblestrength.com, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks for checking it out. We'll see you next time.